When you look at the situation as a whole, here is exactly what went down after another blowout loss for the Chicago Sky. This was Ariel Atkins speaking on behalf of Angel Reese. Of course, they traded for Atkins in the offseason.
And the amount of crap that she gets on a day-to-day, she still shows up. So whatever questions y'all got like about our team, basketball-wise, we appreciate it, but all the other nonsense, like, it's irrelevant. Like, we here to play basketball and do what we do. We having a hard time right now at the end of the day. Just a 23-year-old kid who handles herself with grace. Her crown is heavy.
Stephen A. Smith just dropped a reality check that has the entire basketball world buzzing.
Angel Reese, right? Yeah. They're going back and forth. And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ of, go to Jamil Hill, type in Jamil Hill, yeah. She says, by the time she retires, Jamil Hill has made a bold prediction that Angel Reese will become the...
After Angel Reese's latest showing against the Liberty, the First Take host didn't hold back. 4 points in a 27-point blowout. No more excuses. When the spotlight was at its brightest and Caitlin Clark was sidelined, one player crumbled while the other's legacy soared.
Prices, insane. Let me read you the ticket prices. After Caitlin Clark's been hurt for 2 weeks. All right, so let's go through this. Caitlin Clark absence is having an immediate impact beyond the court. According to data shared by Yahoo Sports via TickPick, prices for 2 specific Indiana Fever away games against the Chicago Sky and the Washington Mystics dropped sharply after Clark was sidelined. Before the injury, the lowest ticket available for Fever's matchup in Chicago was $86. For the game in Washington, fans needed at least $41 to get in. After the news of Clark's absence, those get-in prices fell to $25 from $86 and $14 from $41. What the hell is going on with WNBA that they cannot handle all this attention that they're getting, as well as...
Do you think Stephen A. went too far, or was this exactly the wake-up call Angel Reese needed to hear?
To be honest, and this was a rough game from the Chicago Sky, and I understand a lot of people be like, you know what, they were in the game at halftime. They were up 1, and Atlanta got nuclear hot, but that's the most favorable way you can look at it. Atlanta were 2 of 18 from 3 at one stage.
Let me set the scene for you. Angel Reese walks into the Liberty matchup radiating confidence. Hair done, nails flawless, outfit coordinated like she's strutting into Milan Fashion Week instead of Madison Square Garden. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark sits on the bench, ankle wrapped in ice, probably sipping a Gatorade and wondering how someone can spend more time on their pregame look than actually preparing for the game.
You saw it. I couldn't tell what happened. What was it looked...
We ran into each other.
Possibly you stepped on her foot. It was as incidental as that.
Let me go look at it. Okay. Great. Next.
Second from the right.
John over here from She Got Game. For you, Angel, tonight you were extremely efficient, played with a lot of poise and confidence tonight. For for all the scrutiny you do receive online and stuff of that nature, what kind of messages a game like this send to them, as well as just the kind of momentum that this could build for you throughout the season?
Yeah, I obviously don't worry about what's going on online. I get so much love in person. I haven't ever had a negative encounter in person ever. And I've been going through this for 3 years. I've never had an encounter in person that was negative. So people online are behind the keyboard for a reason, and I don't worry about that stuff. I trust my work. My teammates trust me. And I was telling Milla today, she felt like she was having a rough day, and I was like, how many times have I had a rough day? And you picked me up. So don't get down on yourself. I know my teammates have my back, my coaches have my back, and that's all that really matters. I don't have to prove anything to anybody but.
And 4 points. That's not a typo, not a stat sheet error. That's Angel Reese's entire offensive contribution in a game where she was supposed to be the main character. Stephen A. Smith probably had to clean his glasses twice just to believe what he was seeing. This wasn't just a bad game. It was a masterclass in how to disappear when the lights are the brightest.
This is going to blow up and is worth addressing. Angel Reese had her best game of the season against the New York Liberty. It wasn't even close. Clearly her best game of the season. She's really struggled finishing this year. She looked a lot more aggressive, taking the ball up. She took shots from the outside that I think she needs to do. She needs to pull up, make the defense honest. She looked like she was playing with a ton of effort, and the Sky's still lost. They still got blown out, and the Sky issues go well beyond Angel Reese's field goal percentage. Obviously, Courtney Vandersloot out for the season. That's a blow, but they weren't even good before then. Their draft pick goes to the Minnesota Lynx. There is a lot.
Want to know what makes this even more painful? The Liberty jumped out to a 10-0 lead and honestly could have won by 50 if they really wanted to embarrass Chicago. This wasn't competitive basketball. It was a public execution disguised as a WNBA game. And while everyone expected Angel to rise with Clark sidelined, she delivered a performance so underwhelming, it might as well have come with an apology letter. Stephen A. didn't just critique her game, he performed surgery on her basketball identity without anesthesia. She's not Caitlin Clark as a player, he said with the kind of finality that ends careers and starts therapy. Caitlin Clark is on another level, and that wasn't just commentary. It was a public service announcement, delivered like a freight train. But here's where it really heats up. Angel has been carrying herself like she's already in the GOAT conversation, comparing herself to legends, acting like the second coming of greatness. Meanwhile, her shooting percentage from 5 feet and in is so bad it should come with a warning label. Stephen A. pointed out she's hitting just 19 of 59 from point blank range. That's not just slumping, that's rewriting basketball physics. And the rebound argument, it's getting tired. Sure, she grabbed 12 boards against the Liberty. Congrats, you collected participation trophies while your team got demolished by 27. It's like being proud of your perfect attendance record while failing every class. Rebounds without real production are just busy work disguised as basketball impact. And that Michael Jordan comparison someone recklessly made, Stephen A. probably heard it and started for basketball soul. Jordan would have matched Angel Reese's entire season point total in a single quarter while playing with the flu. The audacity to mention those two names in the same sentence is enough to make basketball purists cry. Now let's talk about what really happened against the Liberty. Angel Reese had the perfect setup. No Caitlin Clark to steal the spotlight, national TV, primetime coverage, and a golden opportunity to prove she belongs among the WNBA's elite. Instead, she gave us a performance so forgettable. Highlight reels are filing restraining orders. The coaching staff tried everything. They shuffled her around the floor like furniture in a haunted house, hoping a new position would unlock some hidden scoring magic. Power forward, center, small ball 5, nothing clicked. By the fourth quarter, Tyler Marsh was probably drawing up plays in hieroglyphics, desperate for anything that might lead to a basket. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark sat on the bench in street clothes and still managed to be more relevant to the game's narrative than the healthy star on the court. That's when you know the plot is lost. When an injured player generates more excitement than the one who suited up. That's not a slump. That's a full-blown identity crisis. And the fan reaction? Absolutely ruthless. 4 points again became the rallying cry of frustrated viewers who tuned in expecting fireworks and got a wet matchstick instead. Even Angel's most loyal fans struggled to defend her. She contributed in other ways, quickly became the basketball version of she has a great personality. But Stephen A. wasn't done. He brought in the historical context that makes all this even more humiliating. Angel's entire WNBA brand was built on that LSU championship moment. The taunt, the viral clash with Caitlin Clark. That one college moment launched her into professional stardom. But here's the cold truth. You can't build an entire career on a single highlight. Eventually, you have to play professional level basketball. The irony is almost poetic. Angel Reese became famous for getting in Caitlin Clark's face back in college. And now Clark is getting in her face without saying a word, just through sheer basketball excellence. One player leveled up to match their confidence. The other, still riding the echo of a 3-year-old college moment while putting up numbers that wouldn't impress a junior varsity coach. Let's talk efficiency, because that's where the Stephen A. criticisms hit hardest. Angel has been blocked 20 times and has only made 21 field goals. That's not just poor shooting, that's performance art about failure. She's turning basketball into an interpretive dance about disappointment. The Clark comparison is unavoidable. They entered the WNBA as the rivalry of a generation. But while one is pushing the boundaries of what's possible at the professional level, the other is redefining what counts as contributing. Clark's triple-double. Pace is historic. Angel's shooting percentages are historic too, for all the wrong reasons. When Stephen A. said Caitlin could pull up like Steph Curry, it wasn't hyperbole. We've seen Clark drain shots from distances that make NBA players second guess. Meanwhile, Angel is struggling to convert layups, shots that should be automatic for anyone who's even held a basketball. The skill gap isn't just real, it's widening to the point of embarrassment. And the WNBA viewership numbers make it even more painful. That Liberty versus Sky game, featuring multiple All-Stars and athletes with signature shoes, barely broke 600,000 viewers on ESPN. For comparison, Fever games without Caitlin Clark are pulling higher numbers on smaller networks. The league is banking on rivalries and big personalities, but what happens when one side of the rivalry can't deliver? Angel's pre-game fashion has become a meme, and Stephen A didn't hold back, wondering out loud if she spends more time planning outfits than practicing fundamentals. When your pre-game fit walk generates more buzz than your in-game stats, you're not playing the game, you're influencing it. And for a frustrated coaching staff,